Thank you. Thank you, Honourable Speaker, and I thank the Honourable Tambue for her question. Just by way of background, Honourable Speaker, the partnership by the IFC with the government of Fiji has been in existence for quite some years now, and was actually the deepening of that relationship was started by the previous government, and it's led to some very good initiatives over the last few years. The recent one being the current initiative that's happening in Vonoleu around the funding that's now in Vonoleu. During COVID, Honourable Speaker, IFC also played a pivotal role in Fiji's economic resilience. They provided technical expertise and advisory services and helped craft policies and to actually try and ensure that over that that difficult time, Fiji was not only able to sustain livelihoods and preserve jobs, but also pave the way for a robust recovery. Honourable Speaker, with regard to the cooperation agreement that's in front of us with IFC, it is not a new agreement, Honourable Speaker. It has been a previous agreement which had been used to sort of pursue some of the initiatives that I have just mentioned. But in essence, Honourable Speaker, the agreement captures some of the intents of the current government and is somewhat an extension of what's been happening from the previous government, which is an endeavor to continue to look at investment laws, enhance regulatory efficiency, and support attraction of quality investments into the country, which obviously translate into real jobs and economic opportunity, Honourable Speaker. One of the particular areas of interest, Honourable Speaker, in the way why we are quite keen to actually get this agreement in place, Honourable Speaker, is right now, tomorrow I'll be delivering some remarks on a certain issue, Honourable Speaker, regarding digital strategy. But as part of developing digitization in the country, it is very important that, particularly in terms of government services, that a lot of time is spent looking at existing processes. It's termed, as the experts call it, process re-engineering, Honourable Speaker. And it is always a good precursor before one enters into digitization. So, Honourable Speaker, one main motivation behind the re-signing of the agreement is to particularly pursue those ministries that are keen to begin the digitization process. It's free of charge, of course, and will allow us to actually start progressing all government service in terms of digital transformation and digital technology. There will be a technical advisor which will support the ministry in terms of what we wish to do. And, it is a very useful, effective agreement. It was used to come up with some of the initial digitization initiatives that are currently underway, Honourable Speaker. And I remind the House that I've talked here about starting a business processes that is now already in existence, and the current work on business permit approvals in conjunction with the Honourable Minister for Local Government. So these are things that came out of this IFC cooperation agreement, and it is a very good agreement, sir, in terms of how we wish to progress, particularly critical reforms, particularly in the digitization space, Honourable Speaker. Thank you, sir.
Thank the Honourable Minister.